if you can draw a circle small enough, you can change the world. Draw, you damn thing. Hello, Sahil. You are very, very nice. We actually got the gift. We got the gift today, Sahil. The baby loves it. The dog, not so much. The cat is absolutely astounded. It might as well be a writhing cucumber. But it wasn't, and it was a very thoughtful gift and a wonderful ode to a different time that we might all share once we get all this crap figured out. Once we throw some paint up on the walls, Sahil, we'll have you and the whole family over, and we shall draw until the end of time. Together. On a surfboard made of love and flesh. Okay. Moving on. I was thinking about giving this character a little butt chin, so there it is. Sometimes the pen doesn't want to work, and it's kind of getting on my nerves. It's really pissing me off, and I have uncontrollable rage that I can't control. But it keeps me on my toes and it keeps things fresh. Hertfordards, I think you absolutely know what I'm talking about. I get all my fresh teaching lessons from Hertfordiverdus. That's for darn sure. So I appreciate the love. And what do we say before we leave the academy? Go to hell and get off my lawn. That's right. Or is it get off my lawn and go to hell? I think that's more clever. That's more bumper sticker. Go to hell and get off my lawn? Not so much. Get off my lawn and go to hell. That is just right. Oh gosh, I missed you all so much. I hope you guys are coming to the graduation because it's been 13 years. I figured it was time for me to graduate. And I miss everybody. It's been a long time. You can't tell what's going on with him just yet, but I'll tell you in just a minute, once I figure it out myself. But in the meantime, he's gonna have a cigar as well. Son of a gun smokes. What a joker. Imagine this guy smoking. What a joking jerk. Exactly, man. Exactly, mental. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That's the kind of fresh communication that I like. You know, I'm from the hood. I am from a type of hood, and I respect you. I've got massive respect. Most definitely. They charge me by the if I try to shorten things down to like most def and stuff, I get sued. So, you know, it's the one setback. It's the one negative thing. The one negative thing about being from the future is that copyright and things. The laws are different. The future me don't give a damn, but the present me, the be here now me, is all about it, baby. It's all about the Benjamins. I'm from the hood. What do you expect? Oh yeah, I gotta finish this. Fingernail. Do that, and then, all right, whatever, and then whatever. You know, like whatever. Knuckles, little knuckle sandwich, and then this arm can come down here, and this hand can come down here. You know what I mean? And get a like those are definitely my arms. Definitely my arms. Thanks for asking. Thanks for noticing, everybody. Hey, it really means a lot. Does anybody want some biscuits or some gravy? I have some extra gravy. It's from another time as well, from earlier this morning. It might be a little sour, but I think it's still good. It's crossing into that threshold period, folks, where you don't want to go, but I want to live. Let's eat some trash and go to bed. Oh gosh, it doesn't make no sense. I had this idea where which is funny because I thought about this earlier, and it was as I was thinking the word wait, because it's going to be like wait, dot dot dot, right? Right as I was thinking that in my head, as I said, oh wait would be, like, oh wait. As soon as I said wait, the song that was playing at the time in the sentence that they were singing, said the word wait as I was thinking it. And that's what you call synchronicity. Or terrifying consequences. Peripheral paradoxical vagueness. Or just social anxiety, I guess, maybe, to a certain. Or D, all of the above, baby. Yeah. Not quite there yet. That would go more like that. Just give it some little lines. He has like the body of Wolverine. Snicked. He's wearing a wife beater. For some reason. He looks like, remember like the early Wolverine, well not early, but because in the comic books he's still short and hairy. Super hairy. That's the one thing I didn't really like about the Hugh Jackman one, even though it's an old critique. When I first saw it, I was one of those people that was like, oh man, why is Wolverine tall? Because he's sort of tall in the first one. Like they shoot him from, like the first scene in those X-Men movies that you ever see Hugh Jackman as Wolverine in, he's in that, cage, the cage fighting thing in Alaska or whatever. Or no, I think it was Canada, wasn't it? Or maybe it was Alaska. Wherever that, anyways, it doesn't matter. I think it's Canada. Which is just south of the equator, near Russia. Right by where Santa Claus lives, I'm pretty darn sure. Don't quote me on that, but you guys do the math. I'm not good at math. But like I was gonna say, he also wasn't very hairy, but he was also kind of tall. But then, after I watched the movie a few times, a few hundred times, because I've seen that movie so many freaking times. Because I was always a Wolverine fan, and you're always a little bit more careful to like something right away, without you're like, he's okay, and then like 3 minutes in, I'm like, oh my damn, he's hell good, he's the best. But I've said this before maybe too, but I always thought Vin Diesel would have made a good Wolverine, like a little hairy, like they would have put a little wig on his ass and stuff, and on his head, so he'd have a wig on his butt and his head. Hopefully, because it wasn't like that in the comic books, but I just think that'd be kind of funny, and that would scare Magneto away, 100%, 1010%, absolutely. hmm Does anybody want to talk about anything else? Hello, demon. Well, I'm drawing a picture of my new baby. I just had a baby, and already the baby's like, wait, this is life? No, it's actually a greeting. It's a greeting card. So I'm gonna fold it in half when I'm done. And tomorrow's my mommy's birthday, and I'm gonna give it to her as a birthday present. It's weird. Again with the math thing, because tomorrow she's turning 36, and I'm going on 46 this very year myself. What the heck is going on around here? It got really quiet just now, so I gotta go a little bit quieter. Otherwise, I'm gonna wake the spirits. And golly boy, dang howdy, do you guys not want to be around when those spirits are awoken, because they'll go right through the Wi-Fi and hang out with you guys, and I don't want that. I don't want any of that. It's a lot of responsibility for a content creator such as I. I already gotta like water the fish and feed the cat and stuff. That's already a lot of responsibility. Creative schmreative, am I right? Creative schmreative. I actually have that written on the small of my back. Only a few people ever get to see that tattoo. Little fingers. Even a little teeny fingernail right there too. I don't care. It's your drawing. Use it when you want it. That's what I always say. Maybe a little vein. Whatever. No, it looks like a worm slipping under the subcutaneous worms. They're the worst. Or the best. Depends on your attitude and how you look at life. Are those worms gonna keep you down, or are they gonna eat you alive? Well, that's a good question. I never thought about that. They'll definitely eat me up after I'm gone. I was watching Red Letter Media on the Teen Ninja Turtles movie from 1990, and they were talking about how in the comic books how Shredder was brought back to life, because in the first movie he was crushed. Casey Jones actually like murders him. He like crushes him in the freaking garbage. What do you call it? Garbage dump truck or whatever it is. He like pulls the lever. Oops. And he like kills the Shredder. But then in the comic books, this is kind of like almost the same situation where Shredder falls off the roof, except he gets blown up by a grenade, like a thermite grenade. And this isn't like the first graphic novel. And but then they bring him back with worms, like space worms and stuff. And like only one of the dudes, like from I think it was Rich Evans or whatever, he said that he knew that it was worms, but nobody else did. And I was like, oh, it's the worms, because I actually have that issue. For some reason, I have the comic book where Shredder's brought back, and the art in it is so freaking good. Like the early comic books are like really dark and you know like borderline disturbing. Anyways, I was a big, I was a big, big, big Ninja Turtle fan when I was a kid, and that's like how I learned how to draw, like comic books, my own comic books and stuff. Anyways, But this definitely reminds me of like Wolverine because he had hair like this on his like arms and stuff, and he had hairy like forearms. If your name was Harry, it must be kind of confusing, you know? And I'm sure there's guys named Harry where they go bald. It's like, what kind of cruel world do we live in? I'm going overboard. Maybe this is Slicky Mickey, Slicky Rick. Hmm? My pronouns are USA. Okay, that's interesting. USA. Where are you from? I'm from USA. Where's that? Yeah, Detroit. Just south of Detroit. 20 minutes. USA. Wait. And then I was gonna do this. There in the inside. There's a hair on there that just does not want to leave. How oh wait. How oh did you say you were? That's how you make a greeting card. Oh, and this is how you ruin a greeting card. Like that. And so she's saying, Slicky Ricky Mickey Ricky Icky is trying to lay down law over here. Can't be afraid. You just gotta follow blindly. This is a pigmented ink, so you want to blow on it just to make sure that it's all dry. Perfect. So right there it says, wait. More like that. More like, wait, I forgot to draw smoke or leave room for smoke. Golly gosh darn dang. Now nothing's gonna make sense and we're all gonna die. Here we go. Hold on a second. I can still fix it, folks. In some other time, in some other life. Actually, it doesn't look too bad. Now I can do this and just kind of tie it all together. What happened to the golly gosh darn music? I'm out here trying to rock and roll, and what good is a rock if it doesn't have the roll? Come on now. It's embarrassing. Sorry, friends. I don't know left from right. I know that right's on the right and left on the left. I don't know which way I'm going either way. And I like his ear. I'm not gonna lie. I do. I like the ear. Oh, thanks for joining us, music. Golly gosh dang, it's gonna stop again. I know it. Just for yesterday, for the 4th of July. I'm not a big holiday person. I'm not a big holiday person. I'm a believer in people, in persons. I'm not a big holiday person, but I like people in general. I like people that are peopleized, you know, where they've got a little peep going. No, little peeps. Everywhere there's just little peeps. I kind of like them. I'm not a big fan of lines in the sand. Not anymore. Not since the Big Bang. And that was, well, that was a little while ago. Hardly worth mentioning. I mean, what else is having coming out the soil on the side of the swamp? But you gotta remember, when it comes down to brass tacks, you gotta think about where the thumbtacks go. And I have stepped on one or two in my time, gone even one up my finger now. I'm not gonna complain about it here. I'm gonna save my complaints for the end of the day where they belong. Because it can always get worse, friends. Well, it can always get worse. That's why you gotta stand by me, and I'll lean on you. How about that? I think my ride's here. Okay. Wait. Wait. We're all gonna die. What does ERM mean? Does it mean every ringing magnet? No, that's what it means. Every ringing magnet. I forgot about that. That's true. The world truly is a beautiful place. All you gotta do is close your eyes. Do you know what I mean? All right. Look at that little feller. Okay. Don't get me started on General Cornwallis. Cool. All right. And then that's where I do this story. I forget what my last name is, but that's okay. It doesn't. I mean, whatever. I don't need to. Maybe it's Humphrey. Story Humphrey. I like that. Has a ring. Sounds elegant, but that's not it. It's gotta be. It's like Bub or Mub. Stub. Gory Stubbs. Gory Stubbs. That's my cousin's name, silly. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to figure out what my last name is. Is it Murphy? No, that's too close to Humphrey. Oh yeah, you're right. What about just make one up? How about Trollmaster? Trollmaster? Yeah, Trollmaster. Have you ever have you ever thought about changing your name to Story Trollmaster? Am I the master of trolls? Well, you could be. You would be, I guess, if you were named that. Try it on for a second. Okay. I'm Story Trollmaster. It does have a ring to it, doesn't it? Yeah, it really does. It bounces right off the back of your head, like an idiot in the wind. Yeah. Well, I'll think about it. Okay, but don't think for too long because I like it. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna steal it right out from under you, just like I did your wallet last night while you were sleeping. What's that? Nothing. 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 Just go back to sleep. Okay, everybody, they're gone. We can talk now. Everything's fine. We can talk now. Okay. Does anybody else feel like they're being followed? No? Okay. It's just me? Right. Methy Mouse. Doesn't he look like Wolverine, though? More than a methy mouse? How old did you say you were? Ha! Happy birthday, Mommy. Love ya. I do. Thank you for everything. Perfect. There's not much room left. P.S. I am the one who took the quarters. Dang it, there's not much room. From the jar in the living room. Back in 1987. When we lived in Calusa, California. And that's that. All right, that's it. Do you remember? I should probably stop writing on this thing. Do you remember that? Oops. Do you remember that? There we go. Perfect. Mom? Hello? Mom? Mom? Oh, this is just a card. Okay, I can stop. I can stop. We're good. Okay. Well, this is the card I'm making for my mom for tomorrow. So it's like, wait. He's like, yeah, it's like Meth House Mickey or something. And he's like, chewing on a cigar, looking out the window, all like decrepit and buff and magnificent and stuff, all weird and stuff. And he's saying, wait, how old did you say you were? And he says it just like that. Otherwise, it wouldn't be funny. Because it's hilarious, obviously. And then it says, happy birthday, mommy. Love ya. I'm not going to go into it again, but you get the gist. And so say you were, but I am already dizzy, Kyle. I'm dizzy. I'm dizzy like the day is night. I'm not just dizzy, Kyle. I was born in the dizzy. I had a separate theme park planned before Disney took it all away from me. It was actually called Disneyland. It was just called Disneyland, and it was just one ride, Kyle. It was just one ride, and it was a car, Kyle. It was a fiery, evil car, and I was in the driver's seat. You know what, Kyle? Cars don't have wings. This one flew off the goddamn cliff, and I died. But then I was resurrected, and I started drawing, I started doodling just to pass the time, and all was forgiven, and all was good and weird in the world once again. Amen. Thanks. I appreciate the questions and the concern. The doctors have been called. They swear they're on their way, but I don't believe them anymore. Let's give a little splat of something right there. I don't know, just something gross. Or perhaps a logo, some kind of logo. Can you imagine the way this son of a gun must smell? High-speed mirror. All right. And then like little flies around there and stuff, doing their little fly things. Why not? Why the heck not? That's what I always say, friends. I say when it comes to art, why the heck not? And then somebody says, but what is a heck not? And I say, well, I was never good at drawing. I was never good at living. You know, heck, if it wasn't for me, I wouldn't even know how good it was to even breathe. But you know what, friends? You know what makes it all worthwhile in the end? Oh, heck. Just giving it all you got. And just making some art. Turning this little frown upside down. Make some art. Why not? I'm gonna have to leave it at that. If I say anything else, I'm probably liable. And plus, I don't want somebody stealing my secrets. Once I get up there, I'm kicking that ladder down. Are you crazy? Just kidding. I won't rest until every single one of us artists have what we want. It's a dirty, dirty job, but somebody's got to draw it. And in order to draw it, you got to live it. You got to breathe it. You got to smell it. You got to taste it. You got to love it. You got to own it. I just heard somebody sneeze from 3 blocks away. tell me that art doesn't mean nothing. It's giving me heightened senses, and I can smell a fart from three kilowatts away. That's how strong my senses have become. And if that doesn't make me a deadly weapon, a fine tooth comb. Oh, well, I don't know what does, friends. And I just want you to know that you're gonna definitely get what you ask for when it comes to things like these. Ain't no hog washing, belly rubbing around here. I'm just gonna cut right to. Oh my god. Well, the music came back on like a banshee out of hell. Oh, it actually looks kind of interesting. I don't remember this ever happening. Maybe it did, and this is my confession. I love my mama. I might just go give it to her right now, because her birthday's tomorrow. So, at any rate, thank you for your high-speed messages. They they keep me warm up here on the lunar surface. They keep me right where I want to be. Up here on the lunar surface. In the dark. You know, that's the crazy thing about the light on the moon. You would think most of it came from the sun, but most of it comes from the hollow earth and in its capability of flashing the flat earth's light source up here towards the moon and keeping us all bathed in liquefied light. It's just such a wonderful thing, this kind of the cosmos. The cosmos, my friends, it's just kind of a wonderful thing. I but that's not but okay. Well, I appreciate the company, as usual, as well as our little friend here. Let me just fix him up just a little bit. Something else I just wanted to do. I just wanted to do that for some reason. There we go. Maybe just a little hair on the ear, too. Perfect. That little gumdrop. Now he can go to sleep and dream with the fishes as well, just as much as the rest of us. I know that much. So, so last thing you want to see, or the first thing you want to, make a red flag if you go into a restaurant, and if this guy's the cook, either it's gonna be the best food you've ever tasted in your life, or you're gonna die. You're gonna eat that food and you're gonna die. Just, oh God, just do your homework, friends. I'm I'm cutting right to the honest chase right now. I'm just letting you know, just do your diligence. You don't go dying now. You don't go dying on me. Don't go dying on me. Okay. Oh, I just turned into a horse. Oh, okay. But seriously, I love you. And if you have family that you love, tell them that you love them. And tell people that you like that they're alive and that they make you happy if they do. And if they don't, if they piss you off, let them know that they pissed you off. You just call them up right now and you say, hey, somebody just reminded me, wink, wink. You know, you can tell them, and you should tell them to subscribe to my channel too, because I'm sure they would hate it. Just hate. But I love it all. I love you guys, and love it, Debbie. Yeah, yeah, that's right. No, but seriously, take care of yourselves, and then take care of others as best you can. It's a weird ass time, but it can still make a difference, I guess. Anywho, be creative about it. Be kind. I love you.